All right, guys, today we're going to be rating current NBA players going into the 2026-2027 season. I know it says 2025-2026, but we're going to be basing this going into the upcoming season coming up. So we got 50 players. We're going to kind of run through this real quick, and let's go first with Aaron Gordon.
I think this is a C tier.
C
if he
tier?
can stay healthy, he's
a
a
B
solid
tier?
player.
Yeah.
He's a B tier, and he brings a lot to the table. So I think C tier for right now.
All right, next up, Alperen Sengun, B tier.
I think this is perfect.
I think
B
he's
tier.
better than, obviously, Aaron Gordon. I think he can be the second best player on a team when he's consistent.
Yeah.
But for now, B tier. Had potential of A, but
Yeah.
B tier. Next we got is Amen Thompson.
I think it's also a B tier.
I think he's a B tier as well. Good
Yeah.
supporting role player, great three. He could be a really good 3 and D player if he develops a 3-point shot, but athletic and really good player. Next up we got is Daniel. Is that Daniel Gafford?
Seems like Daniel. Probably a D tier, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
Daniel Gafford on this list. If I had to put Daniel Gafford there, I'm going to put him on the D tier. Anthony Edwards.
I think this is an A tier.
I think it's an A tier. Easily can be an S tier
Yeah.
when he's on.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we haven't seen him on like that.
He hasn't shown
consistently.
enough to accomplishments versus other S tier caliber players.
For sure. Next up, we got is Austin Reeves. I think he's a B tier
B-tier
player.
too.
I think he elevated his game from
Yeah.
a C to a B tier player, and obviously he got the bag. Next, we got is Bam Adebayo. I think he's a B tier player as well
I think so too.
because
yeah.
you can't. I would not
Just
put him
because
in
of
the league.
one game, it doesn't necessarily mean that. You know.
Right. No, and Bam Adebayo's been a very solid player for most of his career. He's been a great double-double player for him easily. Brandon Ingram, C tier in my opinion. I think because I think those guys in the B tier has surpassed him. I think
Yeah.
he's fell below.
If he becomes a better scorer this season, which he should be able to, I would put him in the C tier.
Cade Cunningham, A tier.
A tier.
I think he
Yeah.
elevated his
Yeah.
game easily. He was in the running for an MVP, and I just think he easily fits an A tier.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren.
I think this is a C tier, to be honest with you. I feel like he doesn't really have that much success, and his team makes him who he is. And I would definitely take the first 4 people on the B tier.
Yeah.
I think he just falls perfectly at the C
You know,
tier.
and obviously his performance in the playoffs doesn't help either.
Yeah.
And I think that does play a factor. Hopefully, let's see if that does play a factor going into the season coming up. But I think he fits in the C tier here. Cooper Flag, C tier for now.
I think he pushed himself up to a B tier. I think you can easily say that he's confidently becoming the Mavs' next
He
superstar.
is, but I think it's going to be very interesting to see because he hasn't played with stars yet.
True.
And he's going to be playing with stars coming up. With the new roster, with the new coaching staff, everything is going to be brand new. I
But I
think
feel like
he can
going
be,
into this season, he has a lot to prove, and that's why I feel like he belongs in the B tier.
You know, I guess, but if I had to pick right now, would I take Chet Holmgren or Cooper Flag? I'd take Cooper Flag. So yeah, I put him in the B tier there. Next we got is De'Aaron Fox.
Him alone, his finals performance alone.
He's not a D tier player. He's not a D tier player.
You got to put him in the C tier
Yeah.
right now. You got to put him in the C tier right now.
I don't love the De'Aaron Fox hate because
No.
he is a really good player. He is.
He definitely belongs
It's
in the
just
C
he
tier.
just didn't have a great finals performance, so I
Yeah.
think he just falls in the C tier. Denny Avdia, I think he elevated himself to a B tier.
B tier, yeah.
I think he had a really good year in my opinion. Derek White, he's a D tier player. I don't care.
What?
Derek White's terrible.
What? How
Derek
can you say
White is
that?
the most overrated player in the NBA.
No, you can't say that, bro. He's probably the
I'm
best.
taking those guys over Derek White.
Oh my! How can you say that, bro? He's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league.
No, you're overrating him. He's a Celtics
I
man.
can't.
He's terrible.
Bro, nobody would say that he's a D tier caliber player. I think he's in the C tier, but you can't say he's in the D tier, bro. He's one of the best defenders in the league. He scores when you need him to. Although his playoff performance
Was terrible.
I understand that, but if you look at it from an overall seasonal perspective, he can't be in the D tier.
You would
bro.
take him over Brandon Ingram?
Hell yeah.
No, I
What,
can't do that.
bro? What, bro?
Derek White is bad.
He's not bad.
He's
I'm
not
telling
good.
you, bro. He belongs in the C tier, man.
All right, I'll give you C, but let's see if you're saying that going into the season.
All right.
Because I think he'll get exposed this season coming
Okay,
up.
we'll see. He's got to play up this time because there's no Jaylen Brown to bail him out. So.
Devin Booker is an A tier player.
He's an A tier. He's still an A tier player.
He
doesn't get talked about a lot because he's still on Phoenix, but he's an A tier.
He's an A tier. Donovan Mitchell, I think he's an A tier player as well. Evan Mobley, I think he's a B tier.
Yeah.
I think he fits in that realm where he could be better.
Yeah.
But his potential could be better, but I think B tier fits for him. Next up we got is put him in the B tier.
Franz Wagner.
Franz Wagner.
C tier.
C tier, you think he
Yeah, because he hasn't stayed healthy, and he hasn't
stayed healthy, that's
shown
the
enough to
thing.
prove but could be a reliable tool to Paulo Banchero.
All right. I think we got our first S tier player in Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think he has a lot to prove going into Miami this season, and I think he is going to put up crazy amount of numbers. And the crazy thing is his numbers never decline.
No.
So he's still putting up crazy numbers. I think he falls in the S tier as well. Ivica Zubac, I think he falls in the C tier.
Yeah.
I think he's a great double-double player. I think he's better than Daniel Gafford if you have to compare it to him. And I think that's just perfectly good for him. You know, I can't tell if that's Anthony Davis or Daniel Gafford.
That's Anthony Davis.
That's Anthony Davis. Okay, let's go back to Anthony Davis real quick, because I feel like, why would they put Daniel Gafford on here compared to all
He's a
those
B
guys?
tier. He's a solid B tier.
I think Anthony Davis is still a B tier, so let me put him back there. Jalen Brunson.
I think going into the season...
I don't think he's an S tier.
No, I think he's
an A tier.
Yeah, he's an A tier.
I don't think he's S yet.
No.
I think if he repeats what he does again, then he has...
People are going to start figuring how to defend him, and it's going to, be difficult, more difficult.
And the thing is...
And if he can overcome that, then yes.
And the thing is, in the playoffs, in reality, if you think about it, he didn't really have the greatest performances in the playoffs.
No,
he
did it that one, yeah.
He did it when it counted.
And I hate that people saying, oh, it's everybody think they're better than Brunson until it's time to play Brunson.
Right.
Like, okay, let's slow down there, people.
All right, Jalen Duren. Now,
I think this is a C tier.
I think he was a B tier,
Yeah.
and I think his playoff performance dropped him into a C tier. Jalen Johnson.
I think he's a B tier.
I think he's a B tier as well.
Respectful B tier.
He just got to the B tier level. Obviously, he came out. The Atlanta Hawks went all in on him with Trae Young being traded. Jalen Williams, I think he's a B tier player in my opinion.
If he can stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy, he could be a high B to low A tier because.
And he could be. It's probably the best 3-and-D player in the league.
Yeah. Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's a B tier player. He's the definition of a B tier player in my opinion. I always say it no matter what. He's the most inconsistent player in the NBA. So Jamal Murray falls in the B tier for me. James Harden.
Right now, C tier.
Yeah?
C tier, yeah. He can't produce in the playoffs. He got burned. And he's just...
James Harden, though.
Listen, man, James Harden is probably my second favorite player of all time, but... I think he's right now in his stage of his career. I think he's a C tier.
He had such a great spurt when he first got traded, and then it just all happened. What people thought was gonna happen in the playoffs, he just keeps not performing. So yeah, I'm gonna go C. Next up, I think is Jaren Jackson Jr. I think he fell to the C tier.
Yeah, he's a C tier.
He used to be a B to A tier player defensive wise, but now, in my opinion, he falls into that C tier. Next up, we got Jaylen Brown.
A tier.
I think A tier. Obviously, his play, he was an MVP caliber player, but with him being there, I think A tier he fits. Joel Embiid. This is very interesting.
If you get him healthy, he's easily a S tier.
Yeah,
easily a S tier.
But I think he's an A tier player.
Right now, yes.
I think Joel. Because the thing is, obviously, when Joel Embiid's on the court, he does make an impact still. So I'm gonna put him at A tier. Julius Randle.
Put Julius Randle in D tier. I hate Julius Randle.
Why do you hate Julius that much?
I don't like Julius Randle.
That's because you be betting on him. That's your fault.
He's disappointed me so
I think he's a C tier player, man.
I can't stand Julius.
Listen, Julius Randle can get you numbers and buckets when he needs to.
I was waiting for Julius Randle. I was seeing him all throughout this tier list. Put that bum on T tier.
Dude, I like Julius Randle. I don't like this, man. No, he's a C tier player, man.
I hate that guy so much.
If you think about it on this list, I would have Julius Randle over James Harden right now.
Yeah.
I
put him next to Derek White, low-key.
Yeah.
No, I'll put him next to Franz Wagner.
That's fine. I think he's not bad.
No.
Okay, Karl Anthony Towns.
I think he's an A tier.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think this transition from him to be technically
to
a point
forward.
It brought out his game a little bit more. I don't know what Mike Brown unlocked, but damn it helped him win a championship. And he played well against Wemby, bro.
He did.
He's a top 5 big man.
I give you that. Yeah, I'll give you an A tier player. All right, Kawhi Leonard's an S tier player. In my opinion.
I think so too.
I don't care what anybody says. Kawhi Leonard, when he's on, he's an S tier player. He's unguardable. He's actually unguardable if he's actually on.
You take him over Anthony Edwards right now?
I'm taking him over Anthony Edwards.
Right now?
I'm taking him over Anthony Edwards. Especially going to a new team in Toronto.
I would agree. I would disagree with you on that. I think he's still an 8. Obviously, I think he's still a top 10 player in the league. But I don't think he belongs in the S tier, to be honest with you.
I feel like because if we watched him when he's coming off the greatest season he ever had. which is crazy to say that when he's in this time and he had the best season numbers-wise ever. Another thing is the All-Star game. Do you remember watching him in the All-Star game where he was automatic and he was taking over that game? Another thing is Kawhi Leonard is easily one of the best closers in the NBA as well too. I just feel like when he's playing, and we're doing this going into the upcoming season, you don't think he's gonna be motivated back in Toronto where he won a championship?
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like he's an S tier player when he's on. Kawhi Leonard's probably my second or third favorite player of all time. Next up we got is Kevin Durant.
I think still an A tier.
He's still an A tier player, right? And I think A tier fits perfectly for him. He was an S tier. He's just not at that level anymore, and it is what it is. LaMelo Ball. There's a lot of things. B-tier. Yeah, I think he's a B tier as well. I'm not gonna put him over Anthony Edwards because obviously they're gonna be playing together. But I think
maybe it'll unlock something in him.
Maybe it will. Maybe this season he would become an A tier player in my opinion. Lauri Markkanen.
I think he's a B tier player. He's just suffering and.
I would put him C.
Nah, man. Yeah,
I can't put him at B.
Bro, if you switch him to any other team right now that's winning and in contention, man, he'd put up numbers, bro.
I can't take him over these guys.
I think he will get traded during the trade deadline for NBA. I don't know where he's going to go, but when he goes to a contender, bro, he's a solid 20 and 10 player.
But I can't put him in with Bam and Anthony Davis. I can't. He's
you
not
could put him
at
at
that
the
level.
lower level of B tier.
I'd take Jamal Murray over him, too.
Right, but I would take Lauri Markkanen over everybody else on this list, even Derek White.
Yeah? You would take him over. You would take him over Chet Holmgren. Yeah.
I would take him over Chet Holmgren, bro. If you swap Lauri
Franz
Markkanen,
Wagner.
Yeah, I would take Lauri. I think Lauri Markkanen is one of the most underrated players in the leagues, to be honest with you.
All right, we'll put him at B, but it's a very make or break season for him, in my opinion, because he hasn't been winning anywhere he's went.
No.
So I think this is going to be a season where, like you said, he's going to be on the trading block, in my opinion. LeBron James, I think he's a B tier player now.
Yeah.
And I think with him being in the Philadelphia 76ers, he could possibly be an A tier again. But LeBron James is still doing it at this age. That automatically alone deserves him to be in the B tier. Luka Doncic, S tier player.
Yeah.
I know that people still have the conversation about defense he does nothing about. But the thing is, his offense is so elite that at this point it just outranks the defense.
He's probably the best offensive scorer facilitator in the league. Another
S tier. Nikola Jokic, S tier, easy in my opinion. Still, people consider him probably the best player in the league. Next we got is OG Anunoby. I think he's a B tier.
Yeah.
I think he's really good in his role. But if you really think about it, can OG Anunoby, can he carry a New York Knicks team if he was the prime guy? I don't think so. And I think he honestly is at times probably the fourth best player on that team, depending on who's playing and who's on at that night. So I'm gonna go with OG Anunoby at the B tier. Paolo Banchero.
Another B tier.
You think? Yeah, I think B tier as well. I think he's above Franz Wagner, and I think he just fits that B tier role. He can easily be an A tier, but it's just something about his game sometimes is just not translating to the next level for me. Pascal Siakam.
Another B tier.
Another B tier. I don't think he was ever at the A tier level, but B tier. He reminds me of a good third option, second option if you really need him to be. Jason Tatum going into the season, I think he's an S tier.
S tier, yeah.
I think this is big season for him to prove, obviously.
This could potentially be your MVP next season if he stays healthy, gets the team right. What Jaylen Brown? Watch, he's gonna have a similar season to what Jaylen Brown did, and they're gonna be like, yeah, he's MVP. It's crazy to think about.
Next up, we got is Rudy Gobert. I think he's the top of the C. I think Rudy Gobert does not deserve to be at a D.
No.
I think a lot of people hate Rudy Gobert for no reason. And I think Rudy Gobert did really good in the playoffs this year, actually. Yeah. He was one of the better bright spots on the Timberwolves team. So I'm going to put him at the C tier. Next up we got is Scottie Barnes.
I think he's a B tier.
I think he's a B tier as well. I think that Scottie Barnes with Kawhi Leonard is going to be very big. They're going to be the biggest probably small forward, power forward duo. Like, it's going to be pretty hard to play against those two guys. And that huge Toronto Raptors team.
I think that might be the best small forward, power forward duo now that Brown and Tatum aren't together anymore.
Right. Next up we got is SGA.
S tier.
S tier no matter what. Stephen Curry, I think he's still an A tier.
Yeah.
I think Stephen Curry, when he's playing, he's still probably a top 3-point guard in the NBA, in my opinion, when he's on. Trae Young.
I think he's going to be B tier.
I think he's a B tier. I think he could have been A. I love Trae. I love watching Trae Young play when he's healthy, because when he's healthy, he used to average literally 28 and 10 and 11. It was crazy numbers when he was putting up. But I think in this Washington team, we're going to see obviously him taking a backseat to all those guys that are already on that roster. and he's going to be just at that facilitating role, in my opinion. So I'm going to put him at the B tier. Next up, we got is... I can't see who that is.
Nola, number 25. Is that Trey Murphy?
That might be Trey Murphy, yeah.
I think put him in the C tier.
I think Trey Murphy, he could be a B tier player.
If he's in the right situation, yes. And I definitely know he's getting traded in the trade deadline.
Let's put him at the C tier for now. Next, we got Tyrese Halliburton.
A tier.
Tyrese Halliburton's an A tier player. When he is healthy, I don't know. When he's healthy, he might be more fun to watch than Jalen Brunson, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. But I think right now he's still an A tier.
Yeah, let's see how he comes out going into this season. Tyrese Maxey,
another A tier.
He's an A tier. I think Maxey is going to have he should have a really great year playing off of Braun and Jalen Brown this year.
Yeah.
And it should unlock another level where he could be a All-NBA first team, second team player. I wouldn't see why not. Victor Wembanyama,
S tier.
Solidified S tier this season. I know a lot of people wanted him to take that leap last year, and he did that already. And I think this year, it might be where he takes even another leap. So we don't even know what that next leap, where it might be an MVP season loading for Victor Wembanyama, who clearly says he wants to be MVP. So Victor Wembanyama...
He could win MVP, he could win DPOY, he could win Finals MVP. The sky's the limit.
And should we be controversial with this last one with Zion Williamson? Is he a D tier?
Listen, man, when he's healthy, he's good. He's good. And he played a lot more last season, and he's proven that when he's playing, he's a solid 20-point scorer.
I think he's a C tier.
I think those two, and it's hard to say because we know that Zion Williamson, I don't know what's going on with it, but he's supposed to be a generational superstar. He hasn't performed.
And we're seeing the same things again where he's coming into this season looking super fit, and then all of a sudden the season starts and it goes away. I don't know what happens. But I think that Zion Williamson, this is going to be a make or break year for him in New Orleans. I wouldn't be surprised if New Orleans trades him this season going into it and they decide to move on from him.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the Zion Williamson arc plays out this upcoming season. But looking at this list, if there's anybody you feel like you should move real quick, or if you feel like anybody's...
I think it's disrespectful to put anybody D tier here because everybody's a solid player.
These are top players in the NBA, in my opinion.
I still think that Julius Randle deserves to be
I don't think Julius is a D tier player.
But it is what it is.
If we had to look at this, I think that...
This is perfect.
This is a really good list.
This is perfect.
This is a really good list. I like it. If I had one option I would like to move is Anthony Davis. I'd put him at A tier. But that's because he hasn't been healthy. Yeah. When Anthony Davis is healthy, he's an A tier player in my opinion. But that is our rating of the NBA players going into 2026 to 2027 season.